coming right up for Vancouver, winning 7 of their last 10. And they aren't done. Fueled up and ready to charge forward toward another win here in this one. Coming right up. It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, joined by our analyst, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer, Doris Burke. Plus, reporting from the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Karl Anthony Towns is determined to make it work in Minnesota. He says, to build a legacy, we got to win. I'm going to do everything I possibly can to keep step by step, brick by brick, building something. A culture that's going to stand here for a long time. It has required a lot of patience, guys.
It has indeed, David. Thanks. We're about halfway through the season and a chance here to recap where all the teams in the West sit in the standings. We'll take a look at the Grizzlies. They're fourth in the conference and looking to make a move the latter part of the season. And, of course, the Minnesota Timberwolves, 2.5 games back.
And right now for Vancouver, they've done a good job staying relevant this season. I mean, I was concerned they'd suffer a drop-off, but give them credit. They've hung in here in this playoff race.
Resiliency has been crucial for this team. Anytime it looks like they may start to drag a little bit, they've picked it back up and stayed in the hunt.
Let's check out Vancouver's starting lineup. They've got Jackson. Also Dylan Brooks out there. Vucevic is out there with Morant. And it's Primo in at the shooting guard position. And for Minnesota, McDaniels is out there with Edwards. Then there's Towns. Then there's Terry Rozier. And it's Russell in at the point. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Jackson kicks to Brooks. And Greg, when it comes to load management, why do we see more of it now than when you play?
Well, for me, the science of sport has evolved, and it's not just the athlete. It's the technology and the science that goes into making a better athlete. That's why you're seeing load management far more acceptable to the masses now, understanding that this is about the long game.
Morant passes to Vucevic. And the rejection by Towns.
Yeah, that's 0 for 3 in the early going. Just a little out of sync.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Jaren Jackson. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the evening. First one falls for him. And McDaniels drops them both. For Vancouver, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Morant dishes to Vucevic. And the pass to Primo. The shot's good on the assist by Vucevic.
Boy, after missing 3 straight, they finally get one to go down.
Here's Russell. He had 27 points last game. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Vucevic. Out to Brooks. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Nothing going right on the offensive end. 0 for 4 from the field.
And the flush from Jackson Jr. Great wingspan, and at 6'11", he's got a little nasty in it.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Russell passes to McDaniels. Shot clock at 5. Towns finds Russell. That 3 off the mark.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
There's an element to Nikola Vucevic's game that fits well with most of the league's modern offensive scheme.
And with his inside-out game, he's a guy that can stretch the floor. And Kevin, when you look at today's NBA, nothing is more important than spacing and passing. And when Vucevic is on the court, you can be sure the spacing will be excellent.
Well, Vucevic has got a number of moves he can go to. So comfortable this close to the cup.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
And coming out of high school, Ja Morant said he was a no-star recruit. One reason he may have been overlooked was his small-town upbringing, growing up in Dalzell, South Carolina. And checking out some stats for D'Angelo Russell. He's been dominant over the last month. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 7 assists, and 2 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
There's no doubt about that. Great anticipation, excellent peripheral vision. His talents are really shining through.
And even though he played on an AAU team with Zion Williamson, scouts, Greg, were looking right past Ja Morant.
And he didn't get a lot of offers at first. After 2 years at Murray State, he joined Steph Curry and Damian Lillard as another star point guard out of a mid-major program. And to this day, he carries that underdog chip on his shoulder.
And Vancouver with the possession here after Anthony Edwards made that last 3-pointer. Vucevic finds Morant. Passes to Primo. Over Rozier. The shot by Primo, no good.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Vucevic against Russell. And Towns throws it down.
Well, the more repetition he gets, the more floor awareness you develop. D'Angelo Russell showing a desire to get his teammates involved.
Here's Primo. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Here's Morant. And rejection by McDaniel. Out to Morant. Vucevic trying to get open. And Morant gets it to go on the assist by Brooks.
Showing off the focus there. It's hard trying to distract Morant when he's locked in on his jumper.
Towns with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Towns, the pass to Russell. Back to Towns. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Primo, the pass to Vucevic. Rebound, Minnesota. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Well, when you're facing a team that's feeding off the crowd's energy, you have to bring your A game, and they didn't do that defensively.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional Mobile One block.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest, going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
Here's Primo. He had 13 points in the win against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And how about the strength of Jackson there? Uses it whenever he's going up inside and fighting through the contact.
Now here's Towns. He's coming off a 19-point game against Portland.
You know what else impressed me? How infectious his tenacity was. Simply a wrecking ball on the boards, collecting huge amounts of rebounds.
And the basket by Rozier.
And this is why Rozier's out there. He knows he has the trust of his teammates to take that shot.
It's Morant with the drive. Brooks with no one around. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here is Russell. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. It's good.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
And the Grizzlies leading by 3. Brooks with it. He's picked up by Russell. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Zeller, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Ryan is checked in for Vancouver. Brooks outside. Now here's Morant. He had a 30-point outing their last game against the Lakers.
And how about the hands on Jackson? Makes a good target on that frame and then able to finish off the alley-oop.
Now here is Russell. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Rozier. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Zeller. No good on that one. So Vancouver will take it the other way.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
You cannot allow your opponent to shoot that high a percentage. That is going to get you beat night after night.
And Thomas Bryant gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid, he's checked in for McDaniels. And John Wall subbed in for Russell. And Vancouver also making a switch. Clark, he's checked in for Jackson. Wall up top. Pass to Rozier. Now Zeller. Shoots over Morant. And there's it. And that's good on the assist by Rozier.
Well, the size advantage playing a big part there. Just calmly rises and fires.
Clark, the pass to Morant. And he converts the layup. Morant's got 5 points so far.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And there's the pass to Edwards. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Shot by Zeller, no good. Well, it was Vancouver winning their last game against the Los Angeles Lakers. Morant passes to Bryant. And finish off by Bryant.
Oh, you love it when Thomas Bryant tries to finish with power. Forget about try. He does it. What a pretty dunk.
All taking his time here. Down low, Zeller. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Well, you know, another thing they've been having success with has been the three-point shot.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Culver's checked in. Then for the Grizzlies, Book Knight, he's checked in for Dylan Brooks. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Morant. Good on the second free throw. Now Brunson. He had 10 points in the win against the Lakers. Passes it to Book Knight. Clock at 6. Back to Brunson. From the arc. Zeller grabs the board.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Rozier, the pass to Wall. Reed with it, defended by Bryant. Reed kicks to Rozier, drives to the hoop. That shot off. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
Well, the best way to silence a crowd is with your offensive game. Those fans got quiet in a hurry when the buckets started raining down.
Here's Wall. After Vancouver picking up a basket just moments ago. Lays it up off the glass.
Boy, John Wall's ability to finish through contact, that is great upper body strength.
Runs in the pass to Primo. Going inside. There's the dish to Bryant. And the shot is good. Bryant's got 6.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And there's a minute 45 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Zeller. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Now here's Bouknight. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Pass to Primo. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist. And the Grizzlies lead by 9.
Well, excellent concentration from Bryant on the offensive end, actively looking for ways to facilitate for his team.
Wall against Brunson. Free throw line jump shot. Vancouver pulls it in.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
52 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Ryan in the post, covered by Wall. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Wall finds Reed. And here is Rozier. It's Clark with the rebound.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Bouknight passes to Brunson. The pass to Bouknight. Clark trying to get open. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. It's Vancouver. They lead by 14. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And one of the better young two-way big men in the NBA, Jaren Jackson. He talked about how his defensive responsibilities grow.
Probably be more of a backline help, talk more, give more help for the rotations because, you know, depending on what team you play, there's a lot of specific things you got to do to guard a certain player.
Now with his 7'4" wingspan, Jackson has all the tools to be an elite rim protector.
But advanced understanding of positioning. His father was an NBA player, so he's been taught the game from a young age.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Zeller is out there with Naz Reid. Then it's Culver, and it's Wall, and it's Rozier in at the 2 guard. So that's the Timberwolves 5.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Pass to Bouknight. Loose and stolen by Zeller. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. From outside, off the mark.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Timberwolves trail by 14. Right side, Wall. He kicks it to Culver. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Zeller against Clark. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Culver. Bryant with the rebound. Vancouver leading by 14 to the middle. Just his first attempt. Shot up 2 there.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. And Zeller kicks to Rozier. Shoots over Bouknight. Another miss by Minnesota.
Well, that's just inconsistency from him, and it's happened all night, and it hasn't helped their cause.
And there's Vancouver with another bucket.
That's how you do it. The D looked helpless on that possession.
Minnesota calls timeout. And a lot of players want a voice in team strategy. And I've always wondered, Greg, is there a downside for coaches letting their players get too involved?
I mean, there is a belief that you can have too many cooks in the kitchen, right? But if a player knows his stuff, it's worth at least hearing him out, if only to keep those open lines of communication.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Towns, he's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Cody Zeller. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Rozier. Russell, no luck.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. They trail by 18. Culver with it. No points in the game yet for him. Great D that time from Vucevic.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
That one goes in. Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Vucevic against Russell. Pass to Towns. He dishes it to Wall. And here's Culver. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Bouknight. Pass to Vucevic. Over Culver. Here's Bouknight. The three-pointer off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 20. Here's Wall. The shot from the low post is good. Wall's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And that, to me, is an example of where the work in the weight room pays off. Wall absorbs contact and still guides it in.
Here's Brunson. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Minnesota shooting a low 30% mark from the field. And the rejection by Jackson. And there's the foul. It's on James Bouknight. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Edwards has come in for Minnesota. Brooks checked in for the Grizzlies. Ja Morant comes in for Jalen Brunson. Minnesota calls timeout. And what makes Bouknight so difficult to guard? His ability to hit jumpers off the bounce.
He's got a great handle and the quickness to create separation. I know it's unpopular with the analytics trial, but his pull-up from mid-range is amazing.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to stop Karl Anthony Towns when he's looking to score. He's got every trick at his arsenal.
Morant against Wall. Morant surveying the D. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And the rugged toughness of Morant. Excellent at fighting through there and capitalizing in style. And And if you're wondering if Ja Morant lacks for confidence, well, look no further than his point god moniker. This kid is fearless, and he's hungry, and he plays with that proverbial chip on his shoulder.
What's up?
Morant, no good on the free throw. And Greg, you talk about the fearlessness for Morant, reminiscent of Allen Iverson, the way he throws his body all around.
I mean, get knocked down, get right back up. At the same time, at 6'3", he can add strength to that frame. I know that's the goal of his as he looks to absorb contact and dish out a little of his own.
And the Grizzlies leading by 18. There's the pass to Jackson. Shoots over McDaniel. Jackson misses. Minnesota's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here's Edwards. And finished up by McDaniel.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the boards.
What about the decisive finish? Great timing, tremendous force.
And that one's good, Morant.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Russell looking it over. Passes it to Wall. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And Russell gets it to go on the assist from Wall. Russell's got his first 3 points of the game.
As important as spacing is in today's game, point guards must have the deep shot as part of their arsenal. D'Angelo Russell, nicely done.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly and capitalizing.
And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Book night, no good.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
It's tipped.
Rejected by Brooks. Part of why he's stuck as a second rounder. Dillon gives great effort on defense.
Now here's Book night. Guarded closely. Back to Brooks. Rebound, Minnesota. Towns has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Outside, Wall. No good that time. Nice D from Brooks. Vancouver leading by 17. Morant outside. Pass to Vucevic. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Gets that one to drop. That's his third field goal in 8 tries.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Russell with it. Now guarded by Vucevic. Now here's Wall. 9-point game his last outing. And yes, it's good.
I'll tell you, you can't put your head down after a tough first quarter. You've got to keep fighting, and now he's starting to roll.
Here's Morant. And finished off by Morant.
Now, how about the handles from the young fella? Give Morant credit for taking the initiative and capitalizing.
Timberwolves trailed by 19. Pass to Russell. Back to Wall. Kicks it to Edwards. To the paint. Whoops, they pick off the pass. And here is Book night. 8 points his last outing with the drive. Nice D from Russell.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
And Nikola Vucevic just quietly dominates, capable of racking up a double-double on any night.
Yeah, it still feels like Vooch is a bit underrated. This guy can flat out play on both ends. Capable scorer, improved defensively. You love what he brings to the table.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Morant.
And expectations skyrocketed for Morant after the success of his rookie year. But if you ask me, he has risen to that challenge and continues to set a high bar for himself.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Zeller comes in for McDaniels. And Terry Rozier subbed in for John Wall. Both free throws good from Morant.
He does a great job of drawing contact and getting himself to the line, something he didn't do in the first period.
Russell finds Edwards. Now the pass to Reid. Now here's Rozier. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Clark outside. Morant against Russell. And it's Morant missing. Timberwolves trailed by 21. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
To a certain extent, you like the aggressiveness, but that's 2 fouls already. Take a step back.
Passes it to Rozier. Pass to Reid. Back to Rozier. Shot clock at 6. Over Clark. Deflected by Clark.
I'll tell you, they're trying to cut into this lead, but he has not hit one this period.
And that one drops. And it's 9 points for Brooks.
Who's the best young catalyst in the game? Some people will say Doncic, some will say Trae Young, and some might even say Ja Morant.
They get the rebound. Zeller. And good work on the boards. They pick up a second chance points. Zeller's got 5 points so far. Russell against Morant. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Reid. Now Rozier. 17 points for him last game against Portland. Back to Edwards. No good from outside.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Here's Brooks. Out to Morant. Jacks up a 3. It doesn't go for him. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Edwards, that's good.
And don't let Edwards' position fool you. Anthony is built like a linebacker. That upper body strength helps him down low.
Morant outside. There's the triple. And it's Vancouver sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks, Nick. What got you guys going in the first half?
It was just we've been aggressive and try to be present in there. Everybody, not just me, but all the guys. And that's what we need to do, when we start the game off right, then we can build up a nice lead like tonight we did.
Obviously, it's how you finish, not how you start. Thanks, Nick. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show. Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. There was no stopping Ja Morant in the first half. He ended up with 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists. He's really stood out for them to this point. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about the visiting team?
Their passing was clearly superior in the first half. They were playing a team game, not one-on-one basketball. Good player movement, good ball movement, and they have a healthy lead to show.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Minnesota?
And one of the main reasons they're down right now is because of their rebounding problems. They're getting outworked, outclassed, not bringing the intensity, not willing to get their hands dirty. They're playing like wimps.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half, got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And Vancouver, you know who they've got. They've got Vucevic. Brooks is out there with Jaren Jackson. Then there's Ja Morant. And it's Primo in at the shooting guard. Out left to the wing. And it's out of bounds. The Grizzlies able to retain possession here.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the Mobile One block.
And a block like that sends a message. One that says we're not giving up this lead.
Brooks outside. Back to Morant. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep.
Boy, you love the hustle from the young guard. D'Angelo Russell making a play with the defense.
The pass to Rozier. Here's Russell. Back to Rozier. From deep three-point range. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Jackson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Brooks outside. Passes it to Jackson. Shoots over McDaniel. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Edwards can't hit, and Jaren Jackson picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Timberwolves trail by 19. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Kept alive. A nice shot by McDaniel. McDaniel's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, his hard work on the offensive glass earning an additional opportunity.
Vucevic. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Well, there's a certain strength that Vucevic possesses, so he can play through the contact and still score. That's nice.
The drive by Russell. Vucevic with the block. They recover it. Morant against Russell. Pass to Jackson. Brooks from outside. Offensive rebound. It's stolen by Edwards. Fires from deep. Drops in the tray. Edwards got 8 points.
And that was a confident shot. Love when Edwards just rises up and fires off the dribble.
Morant with it. He's got 15. To the inside. And stolen by Russell. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. They shoot again. A shot by McDaniels, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
Terrific dime there. Morant realizing his responsibility to share the wealth with his teammates.
Russell passes to Towns. Looking to get back on track here. Morant with some nice D. Inside. And Vucevic with the basket on the assist by Morant. Morant's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Morant against Russell. A floater, and the layup is up and in. Russell's got 4 points in the quarter.
Any point guard in the NBA, particularly one who is not a huge-sized guy, has got to have the floater in his disposal. Go ahead, D'Angelo.
And the dunk by Jackson.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right. And wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness. The D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
And the Timberwolves call time. Well, Greg, for those of us who've never played in the league, what's it like traveling all over the country over the course of a long regular season?
Come on, Kevin. I bet you had a nice J back in the day. But seriously, it's a whirlwind tour, man. Sometimes you don't even know what city you wake up in. And I can tell you there have been many times where I've gone back to the front desk complaining because my key didn't work, and only to find out I was using the wrong key.
Here's Culver, and that one's on target from the wing. And Morant's got the ball here for Vancouver. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. There's the drive, and McDaniels with the block. And out of bounds as Vancouver gains possession. The Grizzlies leading by 18. Stolen by McDaniels. Pass to Rozier. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Left side Wall. Here's Towns. Vancouver pulls it in. Jackson's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Out to the right wing. Wall against Morant. Back to Brunson. Count that one. And the Grizzlies lead by 20.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
The pass to Towns. From about 16. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's Morant. Sweet little floater. Morant's got 17. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Vancouver.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've gotten out on the break over and over tonight as well. A lot of baskets coming in transition.
Minnesota shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
And he makes the first.
You know, I've heard John Wall call himself the best two-way point guard in the NBA. He is a tremendous shot blocker from the position. There's a lot of competition, though, at that spot.
Zeller, he's checked in for McDaniels. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Bryant comes in for Jackson. And Bouknight comes in for John Morant. And so John Wall nails both of them. And the Grizzlies leading by 20. To the inside, Bouknight. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. He's got 7.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Rozier the pass to Towns. 6 to shoot. Driving to the basket. Yep, that one goes.
Oh, takes the hit, stays locked in, eyes on the glass. Tremendous concentration by Towns.
And Towns does so many things well on the floor, Doris, but you can't forget about his rebounding.
Right, this guy puts up huge rebounding totals every night. You can pencil him in for double digits every night on the backboards. This guy can anchor your team's rebounding.
Passes it to Towns. He kicks it to Culver. Pass to Rozier. The tray. Grizzlies with the rebound.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far. And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Rozier the pass to Towns. Wall finds Towns. Towns is doubled. And here's Culver. Takes the 13-footer. Vancouver pulls it in. Clark's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Count that one from Bouknight. Bouknight's got 11.
Oh, great ball movement there.
The Timberwolves shooting 35% or so in the third quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working. Back to Wall. Here's Culver. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. The jump hook. Bryant with the rebound.
Well, this guy cannot get started, and the offense overall has been a struggle because of it.
Bouknight passes to Primo. And there's the foul. It's on time. That's his first foul.
Oh, man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Reed's checked in. So it's the Grizzlies now. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Clark. The Timberwolves shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. Back to Wall. Lets it go with a 3. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. Vancouver has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Off pass to Bryant, and finish off by Bryant.
Well, Thomas Bryant has the kind of length to get well above the rim. Nicely done. Great target on an alley-oop.
Now, here's Rozier. 5 points in the game. Here's Zeller. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Vancouver shooting so far very efficient. All around, about 55%. Here's Primo. 8 points for him. Pass to Bryant. 6 on the shot clock. The pass to Primo. Over Culver. The shot by Primo, no good. Minnesota's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Culver's shot is off. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for Vancouver. Here's Bouknight. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
We've got 1:55 left to play in the third. Wall. Here's Zeller. And Thomas Bryant gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Edwards has come in for Rozier. Brunson against Wall. To end the drought, hands it from downtown. Wall's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Nice to be in control of the offense. Wall calls his own number and delivers.
There's 1:26 left to play in the third. The shot by Primo, no good. Minnesota's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Here's Culver, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Boy, the ability of Jarrett Culver to drive and get to the interior finds a way to score.
Vancouver has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Outside Bryant. 51 seconds left in the third quarter. 5 to shoot. Here's Bouknight. Good on the triple.
James Bouknight.
Bouknight's got 16 points.
First 3 of the half, second of the game. Can he heat up?
Outside, Wall. Shoots over Brunson. And he overshot that one, missing. Vancouver shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. Clark, the pass to Brunson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That'll be his second foul of the game. D'Angelo Russell's checked in for Minnesota. And Vancouver also making a switch. Brooks checked in. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Bouknight passes to Brooks. Clark dishes to Brooks. Over Edwards. Reed with the rebound. Right side Russell. The kick out to Wall. Over Brunson. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And it's Vancouver in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Naz Reid out there with Zeller, and it's Strus in at the small forward spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Here's Curry, shoots over Reid, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Seth Curry.
The first one falls.
Well, I think it's fair to say that Seth Curry has found his footing in this league. He gains more and more confidence every year.
And both free throws good for Curry. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Rowe guarded by Curry. They grabbed their own miss. A nice shot by Zeller.
Well, you have to be cognizant of where people are when the shot goes up. Defenders not blocking out in that instance.
Outside Curry. Shoots over Reed. They get it back. Tillman's shot is off. The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Strus passes to Ntilikina. Now here's Reed, guarded by Kerr. Reed kicks to Ntilikina. 4 on the shot clock. That one no good. So Vancouver will take it the other way. Curry outside. Reed with the rebound. Here's Ntilikina. Bouknight with the rebound. Bouknight's got his 5th rebound in this one. A nice shot by Delgado.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Ntilikina kicks to Zeller. Here's Reed. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
Curry passes to Delgado. To the paint and stolen by Zeller. Ntilikina looking it over. Shoots. Zeller trying to free himself up. Ntilikina can't hit.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
Well, it's hard to imagine that the play was designed to go in that direction. Boy, I'd be surprised if we see that again.
A nice shot by Delgado.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Rowe, guarded by Kerr. Here's Rowe. Vancouver pulls it in.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Outside Curry. Passes to Bouknight. Here's Delgado. And it's Strus with the rebound.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Yep, it counts.
Great chemistry between two teammates. Love the passing.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Grizzlies. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And Greg, you faced some exceptional point guards during your time in the league. But who is the toughest matchup for you when you play?
Oh, man. You know, John Stockton was always one of the most difficult, but in a weird way, not because I worried about him scoring on me. It was because I had to defend his ability to make people better, and that was always a challenge. Don't forget about the great Penny Hardaway. I mean, at 6'8", that was a nightmare to deal with. And my personal all-time favorite, Isaiah Thomas, who was as good as anybody's ever been at that lead guard position.
No good on the free throw. Minnesota making a switch here. McDaniels checked in. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Jaren Jackson. He's checked in for Bouknight. And the second free throw, good. The Timberwolves shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth. Reed kicks to McDaniels. And there's the drive. 2 points. That one goes.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Here's Bain. Pass to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. And the NBA dress code introduced back in 2005. Now, player attire straying a bit from business casual. Does that bother you, Greg?
You know, it doesn't bother me because that's where we are as a society. But, man, I can tell you, when I first came in the league, you get fined if you didn't wear dress socks with your suit. So we have come a long way in terms of the evolution of fashion. And you know what? I'm not one for stopping progress.
Towns, he's checked in for Nasri. Pass to Bain. And the pass to Tillman. Here's Curry with the three. No good on that one. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Nilikina passes to Rowe. Timberwolves passing it around. Towns dishes to McDaniels. Over Jackson. That one doesn't drop. Vancouver has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Back to Curry. Pass to Bain. Clock at 6. From outside the arc. Minnesota with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And Towns gets it to go.
Well, the body control of Karl Anthony Towns, just a terrific job to take the hit.
And the rejection by Towns. Bain passes to Jackson. 6 to shoot. Pass to Bain. Another shot. And here is McDaniel. Here's Strus. Count the basket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Bain. Curry on the wing. The dynamic, Greg, between players and officials is always interesting. There's some players saying they think there's a lot of room for improvement. What do you think?
Well, we do see players getting teed up for simply making their case, and really the guys just want to play. So, yeah, you love to see a little bit more harmony out on the floor, and maybe we need to get those two groups together in the offseason to break bread and try to smooth over that relationship.
Now a timeout called by Vancouver.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, this is why you hate to lose momentum. It can be hard to get it back.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Ja Morant.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
Well, to come in here facing a hostile crowd and have a game like he's had, that's what separates the good players from the great players. And the Grizzlies with possession here. Pass to Primo. Kicks it to Vucevic. There's the pass to Morant. 5 on the clock. Minnesota with the rebound. McDaniels got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
He had played mistake-free basketball until that one, his first turnover of the night.
Now Morant. Passes it to Vucevic. We've heard the calls for more diversity among head coaches, Greg. With the turnover this offseason came a lot of opportunity.
And Kevin, that's really what it's all about, right? The league's values of diversity and inclusion have been really pushed to the forefront. And I think that's one reason why our game is so popular globally, because it is so inclusive.
And so Edwards will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Outside, Russell. Here's the teardrop, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And that's going to be a foul on Vancouver.
Shoot 2.
And the first one drops.
You know, Karl Anthony Towns has said he wants to be considered the best player in the league. He's got the offensive game, the versatility, the length, the mobility. Let's see what happens.
And Towns drops them both.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And the Grizzlies leading by 21. Morant with it. Greg, you've got the unique opportunity right now to watch your son Cole follow in your footsteps. What has changed for players now versus when you played?
Well, I think the players today are so much smarter, and they prepare to be pros at such an earlier age. And honestly, I think that's one of the advantages our league has. You know, you don't have to teach these guys responsibility. You may have to teach them the game, but they are ready, willing, and able to work to achieve their goals.
Clock at 4. Rozier for 3, and the 3 ball is good.
And over the course of his career, Rozier has really improved his three-point numbers. That off-season work on the jumper has paid off big time.
It's stolen by Edwards. Rozier with the ball. He's picked up by Brooks. Edwards. Vucevic with the block.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Brooks with the bucket.
Oh, the balance Brooks has is impressive. Able to work through the defense and still capitalize.
Russell inside. Vucevic on him. Now here's Morant. He kicks to Jackson. Brooks, the pass to Vucevic. Back to Brooks. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Towns has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
His production has been unbelievable, a testament to how much he cares about his craft.
Back to Brooks. Pass to Primo. Shot clock at 5. The 3 from Morant. The rebound by the Timberwolves.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Grizzlies.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And they will walk out of here feeling really good about themselves today, guys. A big win over a conference foe they'd split their previous 2 games with. And maybe it goes without saying, but they had no answer
for Ja Morant.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
Morant against Edwards. Morant passes to Primo. Good, and a nice assist from Morant.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
And here is Rozier. Russell high post. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And so the Grizzlies take the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thanks very much, Ja. The bench was huge tonight. They came through. How big was their performance?
That just shows you that whoever's coming in the game, just be ready. We got the next man up. When your number is called, just be ready to play. Help us win ball games.
Well, they did that tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time